Hi everybody, this is Barry Schwartz. This is a Search Buzz video recap. The news we covered over the past week at the Search Engine Roundtable. Today is August 21st, Friday, and it should be a fairly quick, maybe half the time of the other one. It's been a fairly slow news week, I guess because of the summer, a lot of people are off. So we'll get started right away, and hopefully it won't be too long. Some news this week that more advertisers in the Google AdWords campaign thing are being forced into the new AdWords interface. I got an email, I think on August 18th or August 19th, saying you're now upgraded to the new AdWords interface. You can't go back to the old. A lot of advertisers who are being forced into this, I think this week, are pretty upset about it. Some aren't, some are. Some people don't want to learn the new interface. Some people just don't like the new interface. Some people find it slower. Some people find that it doesn't work well in their browser. Some people find that it takes up too much screen real estate. So you can't make everybody happy. We did a poll a long time ago where half of the people who talked about this actually didn't like the new interface. It's hard to make everybody happy, but I think Google wants to move everybody over. People want Google to actually offer an option for the old interface going forward, but it doesn't seem like that's going to happen. We'll see if it does. On August 19th at night, Microsoft said they fixed the single word query, which is also known as this, fake referrals, which is making a cloaking test. We posted about it on August 20th. Basically, since 2007, Microsoft has been doing these types of tests, which generate fake queries in your referral logs. So people are noticing keywords coming up either in the adult porn, gambling, or whatever industry, or just more recently, keywords like donate or single word queries that really have no relation to the site that they're showing up on, are showing up as refers from Bing.com. So this has been going on for a while. Like I said, since 2007, or more recently, it's been going on for the past month or two. And Brett Young from over at Microsoft's Bing went ahead and said they rolled out a fix for this. I think it was August 19th. They rolled out a fix, and if you still noticed that, let him know. He didn't say what the issue was. Was it Microsoft actually testing new cloaking methods or spam tests or something like that? He didn't say. But right now it should be fixed according to Microsoft. So we've talked about the Google Caffeine preview update. It's basically Google's new, infrastructure that they're testing on a preview on a sandbox URL. It probably will be the new index going forward at some point, so a lot of SEOs are interested in looking at how their site does in that search engine, in that new index. So there's several tools that allow you to compare the current results to the new results. And we did a post linking to these different these different tools on August 18th. I'm not going to go through each one, but there are a few that are easy to tell you what they are. One is comparecaffeine.com. That's probably the easiest one to remember. Comparecaffeine.com is a tool that shows you side by side caffeine to the current Google results. If you want more tools, go to seroundtable.com and click on the archives at the top left, and then go to the August 18th post, and you'll be able to see those tools there. So recently, since we're on the caffeine topic, Google there was some article at the Register talking about Google's new file system. So everybody knows, or Google's pretty famed for building their own type of file system. They call it GFS, Google File System. And there was a new article in the Register talking about Google's new file system, which they're calling Google File System number 2, GFSII for 2. So there was an interview with Matt Cutts about this. And basically, a Google File System, in my opinion, in a simplistic term, it's basically like Apple's operating system Leopard, or it's like Windows Vista, or if it's like, any operating system, in my opinion. That's what it could be compared to. And there was an interview with Matt Cutts of Google talking about the caffeine update and that it might run on the Google File System too. So there's been a lot of discussion about how that impacts, the search results. Is there impact? I honestly think the Google File System has zero impact on the actual search results. It's the caffeine update, the caffeine index, that does have some type of impact. Caffeine is basically Microsoft Word, and Google File System is basically Microsoft Vista. So Microsoft Word runs on Vista. How fast it runs, et cetera, depends on how fast the computers are, how fast the OS is, and how streamlined everything is. So it might be faster, it might be quicker, it might be better at indexing, it might be quicker at indexing, but in terms of ranking one page to another page that's already within the index, And besides for ranking faster or slower, the search results themselves should not change much based on the Google file system. Anyway, this is a lot of comments about this. In fact, we have about 6 comments on our site and several comments on Webmaster World about how this plays an impact on SEOs. Personally, I think the Google file system has 0 impact on SEOs outside of their pages maybe getting indexed faster or the search results getting back sooner. But that's about it. This morning I posted about how Bing search results are showing up in Google.com. So if you do a search in Google for Bing.com / I think the URL, basically a search in Google for site command, Bing.com / search = Q, and up come search results from Bing. The thing is, they're encoded in some weird fashion, so maybe that's why they're showing up. There's several comments and some spin threads on this. Google is blocking their search results, and Bing is blocking their search results. If you go to look at /search you'll see in the Robotics XT it's actually blocked. The question is, why is this happening? It probably is happening because of the encoding of the URL, but I guess maybe Google will reply soon, or Bing will reply soon about what the issue is. A quick tidbit for Google News publishers, people who have their publications in Google News. In the past, Google News indexed your articles, and that was it. They indexed it once, and whatever it was, they got it. If you ever updated those articles, it would not be reflected in the Google News index. Recently, Google News has updated, saying that if you update your article within a certain time period, a short time period, I think it's believed to be 12 hours, Google News will re-index that article and show that new article in the index. So if you do mess up on a title of your post or some of the content within the post, Google News will look at the article within a 12-hour period or so to make sure it hasn't been updated. And if it has been updated, they will take that into account and re-index that and re-include that in their index as the updated version. On August 20th, I did a post more related to the SEO industry and how different people in the industry are perceived by maybe new people in the industry. And there was a post by a long-time Webmaster World member who basically strung along people just for the point of showing a purpose, showing a point. And in this thread, he basically talked about how he has an old site for, let's say, 6 years that he SEO'd once early on for a month or so, 6 years ago, and he has never SEO'd it again. And it's still ranking in the very, very good in Google search results for very, very competitive keywords. And he wanted to say, he was basically saying, should I share my secret or not? And obviously, by saying, should I share my secret or not, lots of people said, spill the beans. We want to know what's going on. How did you make it happen? Et cetera, et cetera. And then finally, a couple days later, he posted saying, basically, a slap in people's face, saying, in a good way, I think, saying that there is no secret in the success. The secret is really hard work, et cetera, and that he sometimes feels that SEO experts in the forums and other places get a bad rap from new people because new people come in and say, I want to rank well for a certain type of keyword or something, and they want a quick answer, they want to do it overnight, and that's really not often very possible for many sites, many keywords. So because of that, he wanted to show a point and show how even though newbies come in, they want quick answers, and then they get a more generic answer from SEO experts saying, you gotta take a step back, you gotta look at your keywords, you gotta build quality content, you gotta get quality links from quality sites, and people don't like those answers because it requires work. So he's saying that that's what it is, that's what requires work, and over time, if you do that, and the site grows naturally, you'll have a quality site. And because of that, SEO experts get a bad rep from new people in the industry as well as some old people in the industry. And his point was, I think, pretty loud and clear in that thread. So if you are in the industry and you do want to look at that thread and support what he has to say, or disagree with what he has to say, go to August 20th at SEOroundtable.com and you'll get the appropriate links. This week we had a flurry of Matt Cutts posts. Matt Cutts is the head of web spam over at Google. He did a video presentation. He did a presentation several months ago, or a month ago or so, at a conference called WordCamp. The presentation was about 45 minutes to an hour long. He talked about SEO and typical things that he talks about, but it was a really great presentation. I actually learned one thing from it, that using the URL, keywords in the URL to target slightly variations of words, such as if you want to rank well for change and changing, you can put in your title of the post, change, and then the URL changing, and it might help you rank for both. But outside of that, the presentation that was recorded, and there's a video recording of it, was really, really good. I think everybody should watch it if they have time. If you're watching this, definitely go over there. You can get a link to it and watch it yourself by going to August 20th at SEOroundtable.com. So go to SEOroundtable.com, click on the archives, then go to the August 20th edition, and you'll be able to see that. In addition, there's another video of Matt Cutts doing site reviews at the same conference. We have a link to that YouTube video on August 18th, I believe. Yeah, August 18th at SEOroundtable.com. Again, something very educational. You can learn a lot from that presentation. Finally, SES was a week or two ago, and it was funny because Matt Cutts shaved his head, and everybody was talking about how Matt Cutts lost a bet and he had to shave his head, etc., etc. But it looks like the girls are actually enjoying the new look. And we did a post on August 17th that Matt Cutts is now our industry, the search industry's hot guy. So it's pretty funny to see. If you want to see how he looks, we have pictures and videos of his new look on August 17th. Matt Cutts did tell me that his wife does like the new look, so maybe it's working out for him. It's just funny overall. Matt Cutts did comment about this, saying that this story has brightened my day, he said. And he said, by the way, it was good to see you. So basically, he had a good kick out of that, and it was pretty fun to see. All right, to end this hopefully quick recap, everybody knows the show Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, and this past, I think Sunday, August 16th, there was a question asked by one of the contestants saying, the question was, which of the following is true? True statement about the letters in the standard Google logo. The answers were both O's are yellow, both G's are blue, the L is red, or the E is green. So we have a screen cap of the actual TV show with the question, with the person answering the question. Obviously, you can look it up right now and know the answer, so I won't tell you that. But it was pretty cool to see Google's logo featured on the question. On that question, I don't even know how much that question was worth. If anybody knows, let us know. Again, we have pictures of that and post about that on August 17th. Okay, so that recaps the past week over at the Search Engine Roundtable. Again, today is August 21st, Friday. My name is Barry Schwartz. This is the Search Buzz Video Recap. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you guys next week.